is Stefano Dalmiani. I'm the head of the bioengineering department of Monasterio Foundation. Monasterio Foundation is a network of public research hospitals located in the northern part of the Tuscany region, specifically in Pisa and Massa. Our expertise is as a tertiary level in cardiopulmonary disease, of course, clinical, but also technological, because we are a long experience in development of EHR system, and we applied that experience in this plagathon. The plagathon, let me start, that was an exciting experience. Was the first time for us to join a plagathon. In past IHE events, we joined the connectathon part, so we were really happy, excited, and stressed in some parts in the testing of our system. But let's see the starting point that is currently a common point among many hospitals. So we have an EHR system, and that EHR system has a long history of development. So we have a patient with 27, 29 years of patient history, and was internally developed, just like other systems in our hospitals, and is certified as a medical device. This certification might entail something for the connection or the implementation of the standards, but this will be assessed later when we will scale up our experience in the larger network of 26 hospitals, because we are the provider of all the hospitals of the Tuscany region, covering 4 million patients, more or less. So we already knew how to apply several standards, of course, HL7 standards, but now we will see how we use that specific implementation of the HRXF for our systems. Next slide, please. So the starting point was the HR system that collects all the information, of course, during the patient admission and generates the discharge report. A discharge report for a national regulation needs to be a CDA, and needs to be also a PDF digitally signed with advanced signature, of course, by the discharge physician. So the starting point for us is common to many other hospitals that generates a structured version of the discharge report. Next slide, please. And then we applied what is our persona that we defined within the HL project. That is essentially a teacher with some health issues related to hypercholesterolemia, but also dyslipidemia. And we applied the concepts of the plagathon that is represented on the left-hand side of the slides, where we modeled our interaction as a content creator. So we wrapped our EHR system as the content creator role, and also as a document source. And our consumer is our own application that our patients use to consult currently all the digital documents that the hospital is providing, called the document consumer. Next slide, please. And this was the first usage of the first test in the validation from the Gazelle system. So our monitor helped us in this to understand what are the correct sequence of steps that was already described in the past activity diagram in the previous slide, but we had to test it in a real-world environment. So our application is currently attached to the national identification system, and of course we had to test the connection with the national identification system, and the first step was to have some kind of double identification, because to show that it is effectively authenticating the patient, we had to use a real patient. So we used ourselves to test the connection. But of course, the previous patient, Exarca Marina, is a fake patient. So we proceeded all the next step with the patient that is corresponding to our persona. Next slide, please. So the second step of testing was to understand the list of information available in the document consumer. This is modeled as a document consumer, our patient portal. And here we tested that the document is actually available within the document consumer. As you can see, perhaps, sorry, this is in Italian, but the first line is this discharge report. And you can find, please have a click on it, because we have a small, yeah, just one click. So we show up something. On next slide, okay. So we select here something that was translated just for the test in English, just to understand that we are really using the discharge report, and then clicking on the yellow button, that is that icon presented, beneath the report. The button is capable to download, because we are testing the download functionality. And then we have the JSON file that represents essentially the HL7 format of our discharge report. Next slide, please. And we tested scanning, reading essentially, along with the monitor, the content, just to test that the JSON file contains actually the data that is already displayed in the user interface of the previous system. Next slide, please. So the second test was about the usage of the attached JSON part within the PDF file, because the second modality of using this kind of structure element is download the PDF file that is digitally signed, and look at the attachment using the injection of the JSON file in the PDF and having the same result. This was tested by Gazelle and the monitor. Next slide, please. The result was the release of the silver label for the hospital discharge report. We cannot test at that time the download by other parties, because we were the only actor that were implementing the hospital discharge report. So this might be something that will be tested perhaps next year. The only point that we might see as a problem or issue to address, or anyway something that will be focused on other experimental usage, is the application of local or national dictionary. For example, the condition of the patient, we had to express it using ICD-9 vocabulary. So this might be something that is right now still accepted, but needs to evolve, and we need to understand how we can comply both to the national regulation and the HRXF regulation, of course, for the upcoming years.